Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back, or I should say I'm back, with the weekly recap of all things Injustice, flying solo this week because, sometimes real life gets in the way, but we'll jump right into it. The current challenge is a repeat of Amy Comey Catwoman for 1 week. Required characters are Bane, Joker, and Killer Frost, who are the cheapest at silver, and gold, and the kicker is that Killer Frost is a challenge gold, which I always hate when the cost of entry for completing a challenge is that much higher for new players or that much more difficult. Catwoman, she's decent. She's got reasonably high stats. Her passive is Nasty Scratch, where there's a 25% chance to apply bleed damage over time, or we call it DOT, and power drain effects on the combo ender, and it stacks 3 times. So she's as fast as all the Catwomen or Catwomans, bleeding damage over time on her special one that stacks, which is great. The passive sounds like it's interesting, but it's not really. The idea of doing damage over time combo ender, but combo ender triggers what? Maybe half the time, probably less. And then there's only a 25% chance after you get the combo ender to trigger. So that's about a 1 in 8 chance of bleeding with each tap combo. So that by the time you trigger it a second time, there's a good chance that the first one is already finished. So you're not really stacking much of anything at all, unless maybe you're facing one of the, the boss characters. So I guess that's a long way of saying I really haven't found a use for her. And as far as gold Catwomen or Catwomans, Arkham Knight Catwoman, Batman Returns Catwoman, they're both better. Arkham Knight Catwoman, damage over time that doesn't rinse, and Batman Returns Catwoman, who boosts damage over time, both much more useful, both much more interesting to play with. So we haven't really found a place for Amy Comey yet. But being completionists, we've got her. This week's multiplayer reward is a repeat of Gingo Fruit, which becomes Gingold Soda, and it has as its abilities 30% damage reduction from basic attacks. Blocking stops 22% more damage. There's a 35% damage reduction from crit attacks. And when it's evolved, you can fuse it up to a 20% chance to take no damage from basic attacks. So that's an interesting combination. So not only is the damage reduced, but there's also a chance that you're not going to even get hit at all. So this is a great tank gear. And it's maybe not as good as Astro Harness, which is, in my mind, the ultimate, the best tank gear, but it's a really close second. And you can see it in use on our Justice League team that we've used pretty much every week in Season 6 of our P and Q and C and A and T videos, which come out every Tuesday. And we use it on New 52 Superman. And his full loadout is meant to have him take almost 0 basic damage because his passive enhances his damage so much if you're generating enough power like we are with our New 52 Wonder Woman that we can use all his gear slots for defense, and his passive is enough to make him a bit of an offensive beast. And one of the traps you can fall into is trying to make everyone on your team good, and because of the way we play, the main damage dealer is whoever has Tantu Totem, which I think is as it should be for most teams. So by the time New 52 Superman tags in, which he often doesn't need to, his damage is enhanced to make up for the fact that he's a completely defensive tank gear loadout. All right, and in the store, we have the Earth 2 Solomon Grundy, and he's got a funky price. It's $25.96 Canadian. So I don't know. Clearly, they are doing their exchange rates at different times, and they've programmed it at different times. So when it comes out, this is probably $20 US or $19.99 compared to, we'll get into the Gotham Gold pack later, which is $1.03 more, which is probably still $20 American. But I guess the point still being that Earth 2 Solomon Grundy is a pretty good character. Maybe it's a clue for next week's challenge, but it's not worth it to buy just one copy that won't unlock in your store. So the Gotham Gold pack is kind of interesting and ridiculous at the same time. So you get 3 Gotham City characters. The pack lists not a random percent chance of anything, but 3 specific characters. It lists Bane, Deathstroke, and Insurgency Joker. And Bane is a silver, Deathstroke, the one that's named Deathstroke, is silver, and Insurgency Joker is a gold. So this is way overpriced for 3 characters that are all available directly in the store for power credits. And what's funny is the image for the pack, it's very much like not the Gotham Gold pack. There used to be a Gotham pack, missing the word gold in it. More than a year ago, it cost 365,000 credits, power credits, and it was the absolute worst pack ever. We opened, we opened a bunch of them. We opened 54 packs. I'll put the video link in the description and in the eye at the top right corner. And it was a mix of gold, silver, and bronzes. And after opening 54 packs, we had 7 golds only, 71 silvers, and 84 bronzes. So if you're getting these 3 particular characters, 2 silvers and a gold, it's already better than that previous pack that was worse than anything I've ever seen. But you're calling it gold and charging $27 doesn't make it a lot better. I mean, if they were going to do that, the idea, the fact is they're almost making it obvious what they should have done, because the challenge requirements are Bane and Joker. You've already got a Bane and Joker in this pack. They should have made the last one Killer Frost and not called it a Gotham pack. And maybe even just, like, if you're going to be a starting player and you want to get into it, I think having one paid pack early on is not as big a deal, but it should be cheaper than $27. Make it $10 and give the new players a chance to get in on the challenge where they can start building their roster. And I feel like a broken record saying this now, but there's still no packs in the rotation that cost power credits. It looks like really for a few months now, the only good packs, the interesting packs, are going to be coming in for real cash. In Survivor, it's rolled over to the next gear set. It's the LexCorp gear set until the 29th of May, 2019. So it's a picture of it, but doesn't actually say it, but that's the LexCorp gear set. Some people are still reporting that they're randomly getting the announced gear at times, but also the Suicide Squad companion gears at times when they're disconnected from the internet, trying to exploit the airplane mode / refund glitch we will talk about later. We have not been getting that problem, but the way we do it is we disconnect from the internet right at the moment before we start picking one of the flashing cards on the ha 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 page when we're cashing out our last laugh tickets. Phantom Zone is done, and that was 2 weeks, so hopefully the next one won't take as long to come back. I think the last one took a month and a half, so hopefully we'll get it back sooner. And Fight 62 is still broken. So moving on to the current glitches, remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist. It'll be linked in the description and in the eye at the top right corner of this video. We're Android only. We're only able to confirm these glitches for Android, and we also maintain that playlist more often than the once weekly recap that we do. So if you want to know what's working, you can just check on that playlist every once in a while if you want to. So the spoiler alert is nothing has changed this week. If you're on iOS and you see a question from an iOS user asking for help in the comments, if you've got some expertise, consider helping out. So we'll start actually with the not working glitches like we've done, because those seem to be the biggest questions when people say, well, is this other thing working that's not in our playlist? And currently there's no working glitch for credits. We've talked about something that people have been sharing, a sort of glitch that requires 2 devices being logged into the same device same account on 2 devices simultaneously. And we don't endorse that for a lot of reasons that we discuss in Season 6, Episode 9 of our P and Q and C and A and T videos. Link also in the description and in the eye in the top right corner. So because it's too dangerous, we do not endorse that. There is also no glitch for getting either repeated past multiplayer season rewards or for getting the multiplayer season rewards early. There used to be, not working right now. And Phantom Zone is gone, but there's also no glitch to get through Phantom Zone quickly. And that's it for the main things that people ask about. So for the working glitches, the breakthrough glitch to get the repeated plays is still working, and we've had no trouble with it, but we've cut and pasted into the description a comment from a viewer who has a potential solution for people who are having trouble playing the extra breakthroughs, but unfortunately we can't confirm whether this works since we're not having the same problem. The challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save, it is still working, confirmed on the current Amy Comey Catwoman challenge. And the challenge reset, when the Phantom Zone is around, will reset the progress. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you don't really need to worry about it now, but if you get into the habit of using the challenge reset, you just remember that it will wipe your Phantom Zone progress. The airplane mode / refund glitch is still working. It's good for packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and when you cash out your last laugh tickets. It does not work in the Phantom Zone when it's around for us because the Phantom Zone requires an online connection, and we are on Android, but we've seen iOS users who say that by flipping between different accounts while they're cashing out the last crystal of the Phantom Zone, that they can re-roll. I also think that there's a problem that people have been describing where they have one account bleed into the other, and that can mess up both accounts a little bit. So we're not recommending that one either. But if you're using the airplane mode refund glitch to buy nth metal packs, there is an opportunity to exploit the difference in price between the 200 nth metal pack and the value of selling a pack or a metal card for 240. So you can potentially, if you've got the patience for it, and we don't, generate 40 nth metal for each nth metal that you happen to open from the 200 pack. And just a reminder too, I mean, you can get the nth metal, but ultimately with those nth metal characters, you still won't be able to get enough Valorium alloy to fully max out their specials or their passive. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Again, a reminder to return your cooldown / countdown clock back to normal before you finish. Free energy without having to watch the video still works, and the problem really now is that the button gets grayed out a lot, so you can't even click on it to bypass the video. So we've cut and pasted one iOS user's Dragons952 potential solution into the description if the free energy button is grayed out for people who are on iOS, so that we cannot confirm its effectiveness. And I guess I should point out, because everybody mentions this once in a while, that obviously the free energy without watching the video is much more useful when you're playing multiplayer than the time shifting, because time shifting can screw up your game, and you do not want to be doing it in the middle of multiplayer ladder run on the chance that it's going to end up costing you that particular run and the bonus at the end of it. Okay, and that brings us to our final sort of in-between glitch, which is neither working or not working in a way that we can confirm. It's the promotion glitch, where you can promote characters, or where you used to be able to promote characters that were still locked. The conditions have not been there since update 2.14, so not testable and not usable. And we will, I mean, we're stubborn enough, but we will finally remove it when the conditions are right again and it's actually failed us for the first time. And that's it for the Injustice stuff. And just a bit of housekeeping, we have a Patreon, and if you want to support what we do with more than just reviews, you can click on our avatar, the bigger one at the bottom right corner at the end of the video, because I think the small one that's there all the time is just a watermark to, subscribe to our channel. So a big thank you to the people who are already supporting us and continue to support us. Big thank you to Console Peasant, who is supporting us at the top tier Last Word, John Auriemma supporting us at the Your Message Here tier, and Sean Farrell, Daniel Simonson, and Aaron Mall, who are supporting us on the credited level, and Eddie G, Chris Wolf, and Lazo Jujades at the gratitude level. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Komoda.